The US networks have been going very big with the hush money trial, with their coverage. It's dominating a lot of attention, really overwhelming anything else on the presidential campaign. It helps Trump in the political sense, but what are your reflections on that, the coverage of it, and potentially what if it all does go against Trump? How does that transpire? These are really unprecedented circumstances we're seeing in the middle of a presidential campaign that someone could be locked up.
Well, yeah, and I mean, there is that possibility. I don't think we're going to get there. I mean, I've been wrong before, but I don't think we're going to get to that point where Trump is actually incarcerated. I think what the Democrats would much prefer is to run against a guy that they can hang the convicted felon badge around his neck, metaphorically speaking, on the campaign trail, because I think that the spectacle of locking up Trump would wind up causing so much of a ruction in American society that I think that they know that that's really playing with fire. So I think, really, if there's a conviction, they're going to use this as their number one sort of campaign line. Do you want to vote for a convicted felon for president? And the question is, does that turn off, enough of Trump's voters to allow Biden to somehow eke out a margin, reverse these terrible polls, or do people just simply stay home?
Yeah, well, we're still a fair way out, aren't we? That's a week is an eternity. We've got 4 or 5 months out, so it's a long way to go. But every poll that I've seen in those swing states suggests Trump is a fair way ahead, James, right now.
Yeah, and, this is happening in all sorts of places, Arizona, Nevada, and you move east through all these different swing states, the Carolinas. This is the momentum is very much on Trump's side. And a lot of people are saying, Kieran, that big rally that Donald Trump had in the Bronx the other week, last week, you recall, and he had thousands of people from the Bronx, minorities, Hispanics, Black Americans out. That really started to shift the momentum and said, this is actually, not just the campaign of, disenfranchised voters from, more rural and suburban kind of places, but actually people from Democrat big cities that have been screwed over, frankly, by Democrat policies on crime, on immigration, and things like that. It was interesting, the lines that he gave in that speech about immigration won the wildest cheers and chants from his audience in Democrat New York. So you can see really, where this is going. If the Democrats start to feel vulnerable in these cities, which are the voting bases that create the electoral swings in states like New York and Illinois, they've got a big problem here, Kieran.